How's it going, everybody? Welcome to my kitchen. My name is Daniel. I thought that it would be fun to do some videos of me baking some things that I've never baked before and just see how it goes with everybody. So today I'm going to be baking a blueberry streusel coffee cake submitted by Lindsay to Life, Love, and Sugar. I'll be sharing the recipe in the description of the video. So let's go ahead and get started, everybody. First, for our recipe, we're going to go ahead and make the streusel. So in order to make the streusel, we're going to use 1/2 cup flour, 1/2 cup packed brown sugar. I'm a little bit more generous than most, I think, with my brown sugar. Then we're going to add 3/4 teaspoons of cinnamon. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to go ahead and mix it up here a little bit with the fork. Just trying to kind of get it all mixed up here together real nice. Alrighty, that looks pretty good. Then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of melted butter. And we'll go ahead and continue to stir it up here a bit. And make sure that it gets all the butter coated on the mixture here that we've got going on. I think that looks pretty good. I don't know about you guys. So I'm going to go ahead and set this aside. And we're going to go ahead and get started working on our cake batter. Alrighty, so for the cake, we're going to use 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 cup all-purpose flour. So we're going to go ahead and mix up the dry ingredients here a little bit. Get them nice and mixed up here for us. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and add our wet ingredients now. We're going to start with 6 tablespoons of butter. It should be room temperature. I popped mine in the microwave for a couple seconds, so it's kind of a little bit melty here, but no big deal, I do not think. We're not doing it exactly as the recipe says, but it's pretty close. If you want to do it exactly as they tell you to do it, and it's up to you. We will just see how it works out together here for us. Alright, and now we're going to add an egg. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of this wonderful Penzeys vanilla extract. 1/4 cup of milk. Also calls for a 1/4 cup of sour cream. Not something that you would think that would be in here, but we'll go ahead and pop it in here anyways. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and give this a real good mix. Get the spatula out of the way here. Always like to make sure you scrape the sides real well, get any extra flour that you could be missing or any of the other ingredients that have stuck to the side there. But the thing with cobbler is, well, I guess it's not a cobbler, it's a coffee cake, but you don't want to over mix it at all. So we'll go ahead and turn it off here. Show you guys what it should look like. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and take these beaters off here and throw them in the sink. While I'm over here, I'm going to grab my 9-inch springform pan that I've already went ahead and greased. I also put, it is springform, so the bottom will come out, but I also went ahead and put a piece of parchment paper in there as well. Grab the streusel, as well as the blueberries from the freezer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and pour half of the batter into the pan here, top it with half of the strudel, half of the blueberries, and then we'll go ahead and pour the rest of the cake batter on top, and then add more strudels and blueberry. All right, so let's go ahead and do it here. You go ahead and put half the batter in here. That looks about like half. It's a little bit harder than I thought. It's not really going super well. Let me grab a bigger spoon here. Try and get a little bit more here because we for sure want to at least be able to cover the bottom of the pan. Just kind of using the spatula here to try and hold the paper down a little bit for us. But it just is not really agreeing with me here. But all you can do is just keep trying and working it, and I think it'll buff out here for us eventually. Just gotta give it a little bit of love. But I'm not perfect, and you know, I'm sure that yours will not be perfect either, but you know, it's all about just trying it and getting in the kitchen and you know, going through it and learning, I think, is a super big part, and I think that's what makes it fun. Alright, so I think that's about as good as we're going to get it for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and add some of this streusel, and as you can take a look here, it's kind of gotten a little bit hard, so I'm going to work it a little bit with a fork and kind of break it up a little bit more. Alright, I think that's looking quite a bit better. So, I'm just gonna use my hand. My hands are clean. Just kind of sprinkle some over the top here for us. I'm gonna do about half, it said. A little bit here around the edges a little bit. Alrighty, and now I'm going to go ahead and add about half of the frozen blueberries here. It's the same kind of deal, just wherever you please. Kind of like Bob Ross, only happy accidents. Pretty good amount of blueberries to have in there, and then we're going to go ahead and try this rest of this dough. I'm not really sure how this is going to work out, but we'll try it. Just gonna plop it here in the center. The same kind of deal here, just wanna carefully try and smooth it out as best we can. It's not really cooperating at all, which maybe in the order that I did the ingredients there in the dough originally, that very well could be the issue. Beginning to wonder why I even thought that I could bake, but you know, that is part of it, I think, is, you know, learning and hoping to become better. This is the last little bit of dough, if you want to call it that I've got. And then I'm still supposed to add the other half of the blueberries and the other mixture, but do I even really need it? I'm not really sure. It doesn't look like I do. So it's kind of a big giant mess, really. But we'll go ahead and do it. Maybe I won't use the whole amount, but still gonna load it up there a little bit. And then we'll add some more blueberries on top. Why not? Alright, well, it's interesting to say the least. So we'll go ahead and move on forward here. Alright, so the oven is set at 350. So we're going to go ahead and slide this bad boy in here. We're going to let it cook for about 34 to 36 minutes until you can put a toothpick in it and pull it out and still have a little bit of crumbs there left. Alrighty, so I've baked it for about an hour or so. I know it said previously to do it for about 34 minutes. It just didn't really ever seem done, so I'm going to go ahead and poke it here just to show you. So it's got a little crumbly there, as you can see at the top. Nice brown around the edges there. So we'll go ahead and pop it out of the oven here and take it over. Alrighty, let's open her up and see what it looks like. Looks like it's coming apart here pretty well. You just use this little clamp there to open it. Yeah, I think it looks way nicer than I thought it was going to. It's got that nice little brown ring around it there. So we'll let it cool just a little bit longer so we can take it off this bottom disc here. It still feels pretty hot. And then once it completely cools, we'll make a frosting and drizzle it over the top there, and that should be about it. Alrighty, so like I said, real easy, just a 3/4 cup of powdered sugar here, as well as 2 tablespoons of milk. Alright, so if we look at it, looks a little runny and not very thick, so I think I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit more powdered sugar here. Don't really have a full measurement. It looks like about a third of a quarter of, or of 3/4 of a cup, so probably about another 1/4 cup there. Alright, so I think it looks pretty good there. It's got a nice consistency that will be good for drizzling. The frosting here looks like it's a nice drizzling consistency. Kind of reminds you of almost a frosting that you would put on a cinnamon roll or something of the sort like that. Go ahead and toss these in the sink here. Give us a little bit more working room. Bring this over here to the middle here. Actually, we'll just go ahead and slide that over, and then we can really start to drizzle. Alright, we'll just use the spatula here and we'll just drizzle, a little bit of drizzle here. Just kind of back and forth. Nice slow kind of motions. You can kind of go back this way as well. Just whatever you really prefer. There's no right or wrong way, I don't particularly think. Just want to get a nice bit of frosting there on it. Get along the edges here as best that I can. Kind of oozes along the edge there. What's nice about these pans is that they have these nice edges. And if it gets on the counter, it's okay. You can always clean it off. Alrighty, I think it looks pretty good. I don't know what you guys think, but it looks delicious. I hope it tastes the same. I guess we'll find out here shortly. So there it is. As you can see, the final product turned out pretty well, I think, especially with the struggles that we had. So now all it is left up to do here is just a taste test. See how it tastes. It looks nice and crunchy. Wow. Yeah, it really is delicious. Super easy recipe, I think. Struggled a little bit in the middle there with the dough, but as you can see, it still has the blueberries throughout. So very well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my page. Hopefully we'll be doing some more videos. See you guys later.